As someone who played League of Legends back in Season 3, I decided to try out League Classic to see whether Riot is actually giving us that authentic legacy experience, or if it's just a modern league with corporate shenanigans dressed up as old League. Turns out, it's somewhere in the middle. I made a whole breakdown analysis video on the subject, and then this comment shade caught my attention. This user basically told me I'm complaining about stuff that literally doesn't matter, like the ping system, missing loading percentages, and the battle pass. When I brought up the loss of the game's original texture, he doubled down, saying I'm nitpicking, and that Riot explicitly stated that this isn't a 1v1 reboot but a best of the classic times. He told me to just pick a favorite champ, build items, and just enjoy, bro. Initially, I thought I'd just type out a simple reply, but the longer I sat there writing, the more I realized that a text response would just get lost in the comments section. So instead, I made this video. Because you see, you're mistaking my disappointment for complaining. And we need to talk about what a best of legacy mode actually means. There is a quote from the Backrooms movie that summarizes the problem perfectly. The devil is in the details. When you describe a dog to someone who has never seen one, they might capture the overall shape. 4 legs, a tail, and a snout. But crucial subtleties, like wet nose, fur texture, and paw pads will likely be entirely off, resulting in an eerily alien, yet familiar creature. Riot gave us an overall shape of Season 3, but they missed the texture. I completely disagree that the small stuff doesn't matter. Let's talk about the loading screen. Does a missing individual loading percentage change the in-game stats? Absolutely not. But it completely strips away a massive social aspect of old League. If someone was playing on a toaster PC and forced everyone to wait 5 minutes in the loading screen, we could all call it out and laugh about it together. It was a part of the shared community experience. Same goes for the client. The battle pass might not affect the gameplay, but it's one of many straws overcomplicating and overloading the simple, clean client we had back in the day. And then you have Vanguard. Honor requirements just to use the chat. And automated systems that ban people for nothing. And I don't mean a 0-20 disco no. I actually mean nothing. Check out Vanderill's channel. They call it sabotage detection. That's a joke of a system that doesn't belong in League Classic. The core issue is that you're looking at the body of the game and not the soul. All League was both. If we look at the body, do champions have their old kits? Yes, nobody can deny that. We have the legendary 98% band rate Cassidin back. Old items, we got those. And we can stack them. The myth of APE is brought back to life. Is the map brought back to its former glory? Mostly. The base wall didn't have the jungle entrance back then, but hey, as the jungler main, I prefer this version. But the soul of the game, that's the social aspect. It's the unfiltered human interaction. It's the flame, it's the banter, the memes, the jokes, the insults, the pings, and the 9x. No, spam in all chat. By default, all chat was and still is disabled. You have to actively navigate the settings to turn it on and disable the language filter. If you choose to remove those protections, you shouldn't complain about the game being toxic. But the introduction of modern corporate chat moderation completely castrated the player base and killed the original soul. When people say, we should be happy Riot did this for us, it sounds a bit delusional. Riot is a multi-billion-dollar for-profit company. They aren't doing this out of their goodness of their hearts. They saw Blizzard printing free money with WoW Classic and decided to jump on the same bandwagon. They saw an opportunity to sell 500 RP Classic skins, battle passes, emotes, and chromas for OG skins, which is basically a chroma for a chroma. All for a price. Now, I know they backtracked the 500 RP price point on the Classic skins, but I can guarantee you that they would have kept it in if this biblical greed would get so much attention on the internet. And worse, they added modern skins to legacy mode. Brother, Spirit Blossom Springs Ahri has absolutely no business standing next to an old school low poly Zilean in a mode called Classic. I try to see good in it, but because I've been playing since Season 3 and I have seen the path this company has taken, I won't apologize for my skepticism. I do have a sliver of hope that maybe, just maybe, if they adopt the old school RuneScape strategy of letting players vote on actual changes, some great stuff will come from this. But then again, it's Riot Games we're talking about. Only time will tell. Let me know in the comments. Do the small details matter to you? Or are you just happy to have the old kids back?